On today's show, PCs that come from paper and a little tiny robot that can pull 2,000 times its body weight.
And there is a ton of drama happening over at a major studio, including game cancellations that are making a lot of gamers cry. So, boy, do we need to talk about that. It's Tomorrow Daily.
Greetings, citizens of the internet. Welcome to Tomorrow Daily, the best geek talk show in the known universe. I'm Ashley Skeva, and joined me as always, Khail Anonymous.
Hey!
Long weekends?
Long weekend, a lot of controversial stuff. I mean, the Joker thing happened this weekend.
So much stuff
There was
happened this
also
weekend.
a huge tragedy that
Yeah.
happened this weekend. Can we talk about that for a second?
Really briefly, so before we kick things off today, our hearts are with Nepal. The earthquake in Nepal took the lives of some so many people. I think it's over, is it almost 4,000 now?
Yeah.
So many people, and it's going to be more. And if you can, please donate to groups like the Red Cross, who are on the ground helping people there. We can't believe something this terrible happened, and it just sucks. It sucks. We don't want to bring the show down, but that's a really important thing.
Hopefully you're able to do something. I know
Yeah.
that we all don't have access, and hopefully if you know anyone from
that area,
our
visiting?
thoughts are with you on that too.
Yeah, we really, I mean, it's very crazy and just a sad tragedy. Terrible.
Right. But we wanted to make sure we addressed that before we
Right
got
up
started
front.
because it's super important. So hopefully you can donate.
Be good humans.
Yes, be good humans. But let's talk about.
Really quick before we get into headlines.
Oh.
This weekend, another thing happened. The Heroes of the Dorm competition.
Shout out to Michelle Morrow.
She did a great job. So Heroes of the Storm was broadcast on ESPN2. And it was this big college tournament, and the winners ended up getting the college tuition for the rest of their college career.
It's amazing.
Super awesome. So Blizzard was kind enough, because I was on a local radio station this morning talking about it, was kind enough to send over some beta keys for Heroes of the Storm for our lovely Tomorrow Daily viewers to capture. That's you.
That's you.
So if you're listening to this and you want one, we have 10. So I think email? I think email. Because then that way we have timestamps. We can pick the first 10.
Oh, okay.
So I think email us. Email us tomorrow@cnet.com, and we will get you a key if you're the first 10 callers, like first 10 emailers gets a beta key.
Then we'll
to
create
Heroes
a
of the Storm.
clan. And we'll
start up 2 teams.
We'll get college tuition. So there you go.
Totally.
So yeah, email us. You saw the lower third.
Email.
Send an email. Get a key code. News
get into
now.
beta. Now it's time for the headlines.
Now.
Sorry, so many things that happened this weekend. So many.
They did, yeah.
So cancellations.
Okay.
They're just kick it off.
So all right. First off, this is about Konami. All right. Lots of stuff is happening over at Konami. It's got a lot of people scared. There's been a lot of rumors of what's going on. But I'm just going to get right out. The first thing is that Silent Hills has been canceled. Now, Silent Hills is a continuation of the Silent Hill tragedy, series. And it was super exciting because Norman Reedus was going to be in it. Guillermo del Toro was involved, and so was Hideo Kojima, who does the Metal Gear series. And everyone was excited about it. Had a demo out, and it's been canceled officially. As of this morning, Konami released a statement. But this is just the beginning of the shakeups that people are worried about over there at Konami, because this has been going on for like a month since I think I have it here as April 19th.
Okay.
Or March 19th? March 19th.
March 19th. Okay, it's a couple months almost.
So about a month ago, Hideo Kojima makes Metal Gear. He's working on Phantom Pain.
He is Metal Gear.
Yeah, he is Metal Gear. He's making Metal Gear Solid 5 right now, and so that's what he's working on with Konami.
Okay.
Well, about a month ago, Kojima Productions was changed to Konami Digital Entertainment, which led to rumors that he was going to be leaving.
Okay.
Well, Konami came up and was just like, no, we're just trying to make sure the Konami's name is up front. Well, then they canceled Silent Hill, right? Silent Hills, sorry. And then on Friday, Konami took their name out of the New York Stock Exchange.
Oh, they delisted their company.
They delisted the company from the New York Stock Exchange. It's still in the Tokyo and London Stock Exchange.
This is serious.
So that's a huge shakeup over there too. And then Yeah, and then so people were like, then they started taking Kojima's name off of their website.
Oh wow! Off of like the Metal Gear, because it says like a Hideo Kojima game
off the
and
branding and stuff like that.
What
and so
is
there were
going on
shakeups.
over there?
And then there was like a confirmation from Kojima that yes, he's going to follow through for Metal Gear. So there's a lot of questions about what's going on. There's obviously about the New York Stock Exchange thing. They have like make slot machines, and that apparently is the most profitable part of their business.
I did not know that. I learned something new.
So they're
machines.
thinking that like maybe there's some change-ups that are going to happen. Obviously, they're not focusing on Silent Hills anymore, which is a huge franchise. Had
really
a lot
big.
of buzz around it. Kojima is their big dog, so they're pulling that out. So like we have no idea what's going on.
What
over
do
there.
you think is going on?
I think Kojima's like
He's out. He's done.
I think he's out.
Do you think he wants out, or do you think Konami is sort of done being associated with him? This is total conjecture.
It is
It's 100% speculation.
This is just completely off Kale's speculation,
Yeah.
and not completely off of this. I think they're trying to make a Metal Gear movie, so I think maybe Kojima's just like I'll figure out a way to do this myself. Konami just wants to have their name there instead of like if Kojima leaves. That his name will still be there. I think there's some sort of deal going on.
That's interesting.
The gaming thing, I don't know.
It seems like, a lot of times when these companies delist themselves from the New York Stock Exchange, it means some kind of company restructuring is going to happen.
They kept dropping that. They kept saying restructuring.
Which
is never a good, it's like a fancy way of saying bad
bankruptcy.
stuff.
It's like a bad way of saying like we're in trouble.
But again, it's a lot of speculation just because there's a lot of things going on. Things is such a general term because it's all like stocks, exchange, and people leaving, moving, and but it's a huge tragedy that we lose Silent Hills. At least from in the gaming world, that's a sad thing.
And potentially Kojima. If he leaves Konami, then like how do you go forward without that? Like you were saying, like that's their big dog. Like that's their dog in the fight. It's like we have Kojima.
Yeah, and Kojima's been all about like, hey, this is this Metal Gear 5 is like a refreshing of the brand from Big Boss's standpoint and whatnot. I'm heavily invested in the Metal Gear series. That's kind of like one of my bread and butters. Yeah. Besides GTA.
Well, so many gamers like this is a legendary game franchise. This is not small potatoes. This is a big deal in gaming. So.
But this is a story that is still developing.
Oh yeah.
So even as we're saying this now, there might have been something that happened.
Yeah.
And there may be something that happened tomorrow because, like I said, Friday was the announcement of the stock exchange thing. This morning was that Silent Hills officially cut.
Crazy stuff all the time.
Who knows? Tell us how you feel.
Tell us how you feel. That's our hashtag of the day. Is TD Konami. I want to know your unbridled conjecture and speculation. What do you think is going on over at Konami, and where do you think? What do you think the outcome is going to be? Is it going to be that Kojima leaves? Is it going to be that maybe there's something different in the cards for Kojima? Why do you think all this stuff is going on? Aside from restructuring, because I have a feeling we all kind of know that that's what that is.
We're never going to get another Castlevania, too? Is that what we're learning here?
Listen, Konami, just release the rights for Castlevania to somebody.
Put Simon Belmont in Super Smash Brothers.
Thank you. Yes, let's do that thing, because I love Simon Belmont. I would play Smash Brothers a lot more. Where's my Simon Belmont amiibo? That's what I want.
Stop with the amiibos.
All right, fine.
No more amiibos.
Can we just do the next story?
Okay, so
All right.
Help us out here.
I want to tell you about Paper Pulse. Paper Pulse is really interesting because it uses conducive ink cartridges, so you can actually put an ink cartridge inside a printer and print out sort of a circuit board because it's conducive ink. So here's a guy playing a little game on paper with LEDs.
Cool.
So to be fair, these are layers. There are layers involved in this. Obviously, the top layer is the fun design, the game, or whatever it is that you want to do. So maybe a business card, or they had other options, other things in there that as examples that you could use. But so you have this bottom layer that is printed out with conducive ink, and then you put these stickers to act as they're sort of like components for your paper. They show you, and the printout is really cool. So this is like a drag and drop interface, and you tell it what you want it to do, what you want the paper to do, and it creates the code for you, generates it automatically. So you don't have to be a coder to use this. and you have a microcontroller. So you have like a little tiny microcontroller, and then what happens is you print this thing out with the conducive ink, and it shows you exactly where to put all of your components, including your microprocessor. And then you put the top layer on it after you lay out all the stuff. So see, those are the different layers. So you attach all your components. It shows you like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna cut out the middle part and put the microprocessor in the middle, and here's where all the stuff is. And basically, like, so you build this in conjunction with that app. So you say, well, here's where I want all my lights to be, and then it shows you exactly what the blueprint needs to be on the second layer, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it makes, in essence, it makes paper interactive. So this is like a really cool thing. So it generates the code for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. You plug in your microprocessor via USB, and it automatically like sends that code to your microprocessor, so it knows exactly what it should be looking for. It actually offers suggestions on how to fine tune your code. Like, let's say you only have a code for a light to go off if you press a button, or a light to go on if you press a button, but maybe you haven't put in the code for the light to go off if you release the button. So it'll say like, hey, maybe you want to put in that code. So it helps you sort of like make things more fine-tuned. So what they were saying is that technology like this, we always like to talk about goals.
Yeah, what's the goal?
So goals could be really neat stuff like interactive packaging. So we could go to the supermarket and there would be on your cereal box, because these are very inexpensive components. The ink is just about as expensive as a standard inkjet printer, the conducive ink. And then also all of the pieces and the parts, the components, the electrical components are pennies on the dime if you buy them in bulk. So you can just crumple up a project and just throw it out and just keep the microcontroller, which is pretty neat. But they were saying, yeah, like maybe you would have like cereal boxes, or so there's like little games and stuff like that. So this guy's like playing a game where you get to the top of the tower if you tap the thing's diet tracking cards. You can say, oh, I've had 3 servings of fruits and vegetables today, and like you have this little card. And these are all super early prototypes, but they were saying that they are developing more sophisticated ways and more complex ways of using this tech. And they're saying that so someday we might see maybe business cards.
I was gonna say, I liked your business card idea. I do not like this Gangnam style card though.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Not a big fan of that. But
It's
no,
a little weird.
I like the business card idea. That's really cool.
It is pretty cool.
Nice.
So I thought that was really neat. Sort of
Yeah.
interactive, like computerized paper. It's kind of cool.
Very
and
cool.
then the second story
Okay,
is,
so you got another story for
I
us.
got
right?
one more. Is super strong robots, but they're tiny. So it kind of reminds me of ants, how they can lift and carry a lot, much larger amounts of their weight, as we all learned from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh yeah,
So
and Bug's Life.
Yeah, and Bug's
think,
Life.
I don't
So this comes from mechanical engineers at Stanford University. Look at that little tiny robot on the wall, climbing. It's carrying all that stuff at the bottom.
What?
Yeah, so these are super strong robots that can pull up to 100 times heavier than their own weight. So these ones are actually going up a wall, which is pretty impressive. But it's 100 times their weight. It's pretty awesome. And how this works is they have adhesive on the bottom of the robot's feet that let them grip walls, kind of like a gecko. And when the weight increases, the surface area of the sticky foot actually expands. So the surface area gets bigger, it makes it easier to grip.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so they took they inspired a lot by nature here. So these are some of the other bots that go horizontally across the surface. One of them is called U-Tug, and it can pull 2,000 times its weight.
Is this U-Tug right here?
This might be you. This is U-Tug. This is U-Tug right here. This is ridiculous.
These are incredible.
So yeah, they're dragging things, and then there's little tiny ones that can. That's a robot at the top, and that's pulling a paper clip because it's 100 times its weight. Isn't that nuts? So these robots are really cool, and they were saying that they could be used in emergency situations.
Yeah.
Like, for example, getting a rescue, like a rope, up to somebody in a burning building. They could also be used in situations like, I think my favorite one was construction and hauling. So they're like, if we needed to get some like blocks up a building, we would build bigger robots that could carry heavier weights, and we'd just send them right up the side of the building. It's crazy.
There's so many possibilities.
So
for
many.
this.
And I think my favorite fact about that U-Tug robot is it can pull 2,000 times its body weight. Cool. If you don't have an idea of what the equivalent of that is for a person, it would be like Kale pulling a blue whale behind him. That's how much more weight these bots can pull.
Yeah, well,
Pretty
I
awesome.
could do that. But
I know
anyway.
you can't. Well, you've been doing CrossFit, so
Yeah,
it's
but
you've been CrossFitting.
I've trained with a lot of blue whales, but that's so incredible. There's so many
really cool.
possibilities with this.
Yeah, they're super strong robots, and it's just really neat. And I love that they're going up buildings and like across surfaces, and they're saying the next step would be to build bigger versions of these robots to carry heavier weights.
This is maybe how the Egyptians made the pyramids.
I think
this
so.
may be the exact way that it would happen.
Of course, we know aliens gave them that technology, obviously. Yeah. Otherwise, they just would have never happened. But yeah, I'm gonna assume tiny robots we couldn't even see helping carry the blocks.
You're like trying to bring in the groceries. You just have your little robot thing.
Take them in.
Just pop that thing on the ground. Just like brings your groceries in.
I like it.
Yeah, you need to tow your car somewhere. Well, that would be weird.
Can you imagine opening a little like first aid kit? You need to tow your car somewhere, and it's just this robot that's like this big, and you just put it in the front of your car.
I'm saying it's small, and these guys are awesome. I like these. What are they? Who are they?
Stanford University. They're
great.
Mechanical engineers at Stanford. So
yeah, good job, guys.
Guys, you should have played Heroes of the Storm. Try to get your tuition paid for.
Ouch.
I heard it's not too cheap.
I don't think they would have made these robots.
That's probably true. Yeah, you probably wouldn't have had time to make those robots. So I guess it's a win-win for everybody involved. That's it for our headlines. We will be right back with a round of Back It or Hack It, something I think you will be very interested in. And we also have our user feedback and our phone talker for the day. So don't click away. It's Tomorrow Daily. Welcome back to the show. It's Monday, which means it's time to look at a particular crowdfunding effort that we are interested in, tell you if we would give our money to it or not. It's time for Back It or Hack It. Kel, I'd like to tell you today about the couchlet.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? Can you tell what that is based on the name, the couchlet?
It sounds like a little couch.
It's a tiny little couch.
Tiny little couch, a couchlet.
A little tiny couch.
Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
Okay, good, because that sounds dumb.
That does sound dumb. The couchlet is actually, so you know how you're sitting on your couch, maybe you're binge watching Daredevil, and your battery's running out of juice because it's the end of your day, and you don't want to usually on a couch, there's no outlets really right nearby unless it's up against a wall. So kind of a bummer.
Couch outlet. Got it.
Yes, it's a couch outlet. So we have some video of this. Pretty interesting. They did this video where they're like, oh, if you're laying in bed, which this is actually true for me. I have to really reach for my phone, and I don't get to take it very far because it's, tethered. So this is the couchlet. It's this little tiny device that you can wedge between your couch cushions. And it'll stay there, and it's 2 USB ports. So you can just plug in your phone right there, and you can stay on your couch or use it in your bed. So they also have this little hinge that you can flap out to make an L shape, and then you just sort of slide it under your mattress so that it's stable, it doesn't flop around or fall over. And yeah, see, there you go. So you can put it in your couch cushions, you stuff it in there, and it's got 2 USB ports. You can plug in your phone, whatever. And then it comes with a 6-foot-long USB, because obviously you do have to plug that into something. But it comes with a 6-foot-long USB cord, so you can plug it into a nearby wall outlet, a wall wart.
Back it.
You're in? You don't even know how much it costs.
I don't care. This is something that should have existed a long time ago.
I agree.
Now I think even couch should just be built with that stuff in it.
I was just thinking that this weekend.
Just yesterday, I don't want to say yelled at, but had a confrontation.
A heated discussion.
Because my girlfriend thinks that it's okay to have the wires going from the opposite wall cutting straight through the living room, and I trip on them every single time.
That's not
good. And I was like, there is an outlet
fire
behind
hazard.
I'm going to get to that. There's an outlet behind the couch. Plug it in there. But anyway, it should be more convenient.
It should be built into the couch.
It absolutely should be more convenient because this is the world we live in now. Whether you like it or not, you're getting bored, you're going on your phone.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. I am worried about fires because even with surge protectors,
that thing.
Even with surge protectors, there's chance of a surge, and it being right next to a flammable material.
Have a couch made of rubber.
It can start a little fire.
Yes.
From experience, because I had a fire in my house as a child, burned up all my stuff.
That's not good.
It was through a surge protector.
Oh, wow.
So it was supposed to not even do that, but it started a fire.
But it did.
So this is a potential.
So be careful.
Risk, but I'm still backing.
That being said,
I'll still take my chances with it.
I'll take my chances. Okay, so they wanted $30,000. It's on Indiegogo. Again, Couchlet is the name of it. They asked for $30,000. They currently have over $45,000 with 40 days left. So they're definitely going to make these. They're going to go into production. People love them. They're just like you. They're like, I'm in. I need an outlet near my couch.
It's $30.
24 of them right now. $24 right now gets you 2. Early bird.
Sold.
Pretty cheap.
Wow.
And then I think it's $3 shipping or something like that.
And that's one of those things your friends come over. And
they're like,
can I charge my phone? You're like, yes, Mickey. It's right there in between the
I was just telling my husband this weekend while we were watching Daredevil, I'm like, you know what I think? I think we need a USB hub next to our TV, just as a charging station for our friends and stuff. That feels like a thing we need to have. Now, I feel like I just want a couple of couchlets. Put them on each side, and you're good.
Maybe I'm too easily impressed, but I think this is genius.
It's a pretty good idea.
And I feel like you undersold it from the very beginning. You don't understand that this is going to change the way you charge your phone. Everybody's charging your stuff all the time when you're at home.
I know.
Even last night, I was sitting there with 1%. I'm just like, I can't.
I was too.
I can't make it to the wall.
No.
I'm like, hurry, I gotta browse Reddit.
I gotta tweet
wasting time.
I know, it was terrible.
What did Logan?
I'm in.
He's in. Three out of 3.
There you go.
Back it all around.
Good find, by the way.
Yeah,
so
I thought it was really cool. It's on
Indiegogo.
Indiegogo.
Do better on Kickstarter.
Yeah, I think, well, Indiegogo, they let you keep any amount. So they could have gotten less than the actual amount asked for, and then they would still be able to keep it and develop it, but it might take longer.
Okay,
So they're saying they hit their goal, which means they will deliver by December. And there you have it.
Okay, well, that's even better. Because now I'm going to buy a buttload of these
They had
things.
a 6-pack of them for like $40. It was so cheap, and then but those were sold out. They did that for like the first day or two, but they're still really inexpensive. Like the tiers are really.
I am buying at least $100 worth of these.
All right.
I am not even kidding because I know like all of my
I know
family.
what I'm getting for Christmas.
They're all tech heads, and
Perfect.
I'm just going to be like stocking stuff.
Well, everybody has a smartphone, so it's like. That's a no-brainer gift. I mean, that's a pretty easy gift.
I'm sorry if I'm way too excited about this,
No, you
but
can
I'm
be.
telling you, like
It's rare.
going to be. Yep.
It's pretty cool.
I'm stoked on this.
I liked it.
Well,
So,
thank you,
yeah,
Ashley, for
couchlet.
alerting to this.
There you go.
Yeah, this is great.
You're welcome. All right, guys, we got to talk about what you think about NASA's modular robotic vehicle that we talked about last week. So it's time for your user feedback. Okay, so I know you're buying couchlet,
buying couchlets
but
right now,
we
yeah.
got to talk a little bit about the TDMRV hashtag we asked you guys to use last week. Tell us how you would use NASA's modular robotic vehicle, which was so cool. And a lot of you guys came up with some good answers. So Neil wrote in and said, automated MRV as an emergency vehicle that can get to patients quickly that normal vehicles can't reach. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Of course.
Christian wrote in and said, I would like to see a Pac-Man themed MRV chasing ghost themed MRVs for endless autonomous fun. Because yeah,
That's
they
great.
can drive themselves. So you just have them like, you just randomly like stopped at like La Cienega and you just see like Pac-Man chasing a bunch of
That's
MRV ghosts and you're just like,
You're like, Los Angeles.
that's LA for you. Noah wrote in and said, OK Go, the band OK Go with the MRV would just be simply awesome. I would love to see OK Go do a synchronized music video with 4 MRVs. That would
Really good
be
thinking.
amazing. Yeah, that's They should hire you as their next music video creative director.
Our creative director Noah is here.
Creative director Noah, And then also Dave wrote into us and sent us an email. It doesn't have to do with the MRV. He said, hey guys, thought Kale could relate to this. I see this on my kitchen counter at least once a day.
Oh my God!
And it's a ripped open Splenda packet.
Oh my God! Okay, if you haven't been following along, there's been the epic saga of my girlfriend leaving sugar packets right next to the coffee machine.
Right next to the trash can.
Found some this weekend too.
I love getting pictures
Found
of
some this
from
weekend,
Kale.
and guess what? Dave, was his name Dave?
Dave.
Dave also found some. It's an epidemic.
it's an
This thing is
epidemic.
spreading like wildfire. Do not let this happen in your house, people. This is not good. Oh my
good.
God. Oh my God.
So I just love that he said, can we pull it back up again, Logan? Producer Logan, can we have the picture again? He says, our kitchen is set up a little different from Kale's. You actually have to turn around and walk a couple feet to the trash
Oh,
can.
no.
Hang in there, Dave.
Look at this. It doesn't even make any sense. It's just like one little small packet.
I love how upset you are by this.
It's just ridiculous.
It's amazing.
It's every day. It's
I love it.
It's like
That's so funny.
It's like if somebody left a little note on my desk every day that was just like, I hate you.
You're the worst.
It's just, I hate you. I'm just like, come on, don't leave that little note.
Don't do that.
Anyway.
Oh, come on.
Hang
All
in there,
right.
Dave.
Hang in there, Dave. Yeah, solidarity. Splendid solidarity. We're with you, bro. All right, guys, we got to talk about our last piece of user feedback, which is always our photographer of the day. So this is actually not from Scott. Scott emailed us, but this picture was not taken by Scott. This is by Scott's daughter. Scott's daughter took this picture. He wrote in and said, my 9-year-old daughter took this on a school field trip with my iPhone 6 Plus. Sad to say that my daughter takes better pictures than I do.
Looks like it. Owned.
Can I just suggest maybe that this is a family of pigs that are on a school field trip so that Scott and his daughter are also like sentient piglets like Charlotte's Web or Babe?
That's terrifying.
No, I think it's really cute. Babe was adorable. What do you mean?
You want to think that farm animals are watching our show?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I really like that.
It's a family photo.
Saying, it's a
You're
family
so messed
photo.
up, Ashley.
They're on a field trip. Come
Yeah,
on,
fair
they went
enough.
to another farm. They wanted to see how life
Oh,
was
they
on
saw
a
their
farm.
relatives.
Yeah, they were going to visit
right.
some relatives.
It really,
Yeah,
really is a
cousins.
good. I like that
There's
she
an
got all
amazing
close
picture.
and personal. See, and I bet you Scott wouldn't have gotten all close and
No.
personal with it. He wouldn't have gotten it close. It wouldn't have looked.
Well, he's
so
a lot
epic.
taller, I'm sure, than his 9-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
So she's closer to like the action, the faces of the pigs. But,
But
that was a really good picture.
she really got in tune with the pigs
Yeah.
and was like down there. so.
Seriously. And also, kudos to you, Scott, for trusting your 9-year-old with your iPhone 6 Plus.
Yeah, it's a brand new phone, dude.
Something I don't think I would do because I'm an untrustworthy person.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you guys want to submit your photography to be considered to be on the show, you can email us tomorrow@cnet.com. You can find that pretty much anywhere on the internet, I feel like, our email address. And you can also find us all over social media. We're on Tumblr, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tomorrow Daily, on all those things.
Snapchat.
Nope, not anymore. Goodbye, Snapchat.
And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and leave a comment. If you're listening on iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. And follow us on our personal Twitters at Khail Anonymous.
And at Ashley Esqueva. Well, that's it for the show today. We'll be back tomorrow with a weird, wonderful world of science fact and science fiction colliding. But until then, be good humans, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.